Greetings, my fellow worshippers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Sumerians, Episode 4, Temple District. The plan is, once these transporters are done, transporting all the mud, I'm going to redesign how the houses are laid out in the initial area so that we can have a canal going through and provide water through canal system, even though, you know, negating the, or phasing out the need for wells. Have very fresh water from the whatever river that is. Oops, I did not mean to click that second one. Big derp. Accidentally fired on my people. All right, loom it is. We're gonna work our way to the loom. It's gonna take a while because loom is a kind of a high-tech stuff, but that's gonna help provide medicine for our community because that will allow us to get wool and linen for bandages and the like. I don't believe canals can go into elevated areas. So you're sort of stuck if you have a very rocky, mountainous area right around your river that you just won't be able to irrigate with canals. You will with wells, but not with canals. All right, these canals are almost done. And as I predicted, we're starting to get residents immigrating in. And this canal is done too. Awesome. All right, so all these canal diggers are fired, but a lot of them will be hired back as working in a salt pit. So there's our salt pit. And then next to the salt pit, we will have the leather tannery and the meat curing. And then the warehouse serving it up. I'm actually going to destroy and recenter. Even though the stuff in here, which is just grain, it's just some grain, it's not a big deal, gets destroyed. So in order to get leather for the guards, we take salt from the salt pond, which has to be in an irrigated area, and then we haul that over to a warehouse. I'm also going to probably want another set of transporters in this area to support these businesses as well. All right, pause for a second. So salt, leather, cured meat, dyed wool, linen, fabric, flax. All right, that sounds about right. This brewery is out of pottery, so let's ramp up our pottery as well. I don't think we need more clay. No, we're fine on clay. I just needed more potters. These transporters are going to be prioritized for production. and very disincentivized to help with agriculture. They're not agricultural haulers. And the tannery and the meat curing is coming in now. I also can offer water to this unused, currently unused, but soon used district from the other canal system that we've got going on. So I'll dig this like that. And there we go. We have a canal into the town. So the thing I wanted to do here, has all the mud been hauled? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, all the mud's been hauled. The thing I wanted to do in the main area now is to sort of redesign it around a canal to offer water up properly. So if you take a look at water access, it's irrigated, but it doesn't have shadoofs. So let's rezone the starter area. So we're going to have homes around the starting area. I'll put some market stalls in. And I'm sure as a result of this sort of like rezoning, we're going to have a temporary drop in population or in terms of homelessness because I'm adjusting where everyone lives as a result. But for the better in the long run. I'm going to make it feel more like a town square if I'm able. Private workshop. And then this canal system. I'm going to leave the guard booth alone. This canal system will work its way over there to provide water. Oh, come on. Let me snap. Well, I'll have them dig that, and then I'll continue doing it. And right now, we don't have any homeless, because they moved in so quick. Good. What's the use of walls in this game? They supply authority to your places and then allow you to build certain infrastructure. A lot of the buildings in the game will not be able to be built without walls. Temples and governmental buildings require walls, and without them, you don't develop. All right, meat curing. Let's go with 4 workers. Give them beer. And how is... Over in the pottery, I'll ramp that up a little bit so we have more potters. Because the brewery is not getting enough pottery. And the tanner is almost done. Okay, the canal that I wanted is good. It's not letting me go. I might actually need to destroy the doctor's office, which would be tragic. Let me try to redo this canal system. So that I can actually use it. Oh yeah, it goes longer now. Oh, it doesn't let me go up. I'll have it not snap. Yeah, there we go. It just won't be straight. I can live with that. It's too narrow. It's got to be like pixel perfect. Come on. All right, let's see if that gets dug proper. It might get a little weird, and then I'll put in some bridges in it for people to travel east and west. I think it will look cool once it's done, though. And we do have a tannery now. Cool. So the tannery, I'm just going to employ, let's say, 3 people. And they take hides and salt, turn into leather. And then once we have a steady supply of leather, I can start to employ guards in my guard station to provide security for the city. Because the next level of housing requires medium health, medium security, and a mud wall. So we have everything but the security. So we're working on security now. And I'll start to hire workers for that. So the only issue I see here... Oh, no. As we hire people, I want all of these houses to gain the security offered from the guard post. But I don't have the leather yet. But we'll get it. The meat curing is needing more salt. All right. So it's just finding that, like, magical number, which hires out everyone that we need. So the, I needed, like, maybe another doctor to cover the area better. Just finding that sweet spot. Oh! Yeah, these canals are all done. I don't need this builder at all. So all those people can now join the state workforce again. And I think we've done it. We're starting to get houses tier 3. So tier 4 requires security high, health high. So health high means wool from a loom. Security high means copper weapons. And that comes from trade. There is no copper mining on the local tile. You have to buy it from afar, which is in this part of the tree here. So trade routes for copper, cedar, tin, gold, sandstone, diorite, gemstones, so on and so forth. I think my initial builder's hut, it's probably not needed anymore. I don't think they have any work around them. So I'm going to destroy it. And, well, that wasn't entirely true. I'm going to put a different one in here, which covers all of the initial structure. But what we're going to be putting in now is shadoofs. To offer water to the people that live along the canal. Yeah, bye-bye all those collected bricks. I know. I just don't have the patience of moving it. Oh, man, it really looks like we need more salt. I could always have another salt pit if that continues to be a bottleneck. You know, I'm just going to assume it is going to be a bottleneck and put another salt pit in. Fill it up. Alright, so other bottlenecks that we have, I need more clay. And more pottery. And more beer. Just a maxed out beer brewery. Just go, go, go. We're up to about 1,000 citizens, and the next giant jump for us will be at 2,000. Oh, I see. Oh no, my builders should be able to get that last corner. I think. Yeah, I think they're headed to it. So this is the government district in. So let's update the priority now. We've provided leather, we've dug canals, so build a small temple is the next big one. And then also maybe redistricting. So if we take a look at water access, it's very high for these homes. So I've done a good job with the Shadufs of providing water around. And then the next thing is just like putting in housing where it fits. I'm going to want another Shaduf and another canal system on the other side. Up this way. Meaning that these homes, this is going to be a rough exodus, but these homes have to go. I'm just going to pull the band-aid off now, where like things are going to suck for a bit, just so that we develop them better in the long run. So that should be enough canal for all of that. Meaning that I can then fill in the rest of this with business districts. So crafting workshops. And I sort of I actually like the whole you can't like nothing perfectly snaps all the time, because it makes it seem more organic to me. Because like ancient cities weren't perfect grids. Nothing was a perfect grid. So how's the homelessness? We don't have any homelessness. Perfect. That feels like a very organic city. And the thing to keep an eye on is to make sure that the amount of guards that we have actually supply the amount of security that we need, which seems to be the case so far, but I'll keep eyeballing it. Wow, I have a lot of hides. Holy hell. There we go. The new canal just got dug. So this is a future expansion area, and it is kind of all set to go with the canal structures, which is awesome. I don't know why we need a bridge at the end of the canal. Probably don't need that. And then let's start to add Shadufs as well. Wells are definitely easier, but like, I don't know. The canals are kind of unique to this game. So having canal-based districts seems right. As our population increases, the other thing to keep an eye on is to make sure that our grain doesn't dip dangerously low. Because it's very easy to just get in a rhythm of like a set and forget of like, oh, I have enough farmers, and then just ignore it until you have a pop boom, and then you're all of a sudden pretty screwed. Because you'll get like mass famine. Here's little Shadufs, which offer water. And as you can see, people collect water by the Shaduf for their housing and businesses. Do I build this for them? Yes, I do. These are getting built. In fact, there's already a canal there. I'm going to move some of the districts around, though. Put a workshop up there. And then houses here. Oh, we're done. Nice. This builder basically covers this entire square. So we are going to get our first small temple. And I'll put it with its back towards the back wall like this. And then also, just to make it pretty, I might bring in a canal into the temple area. Because I can. Why not? I am going to be right back. I'm going to run to the bathroom. So, you've got Yoda. I hope he kept you company. All right. Let's take a look at our priorities here. Build a small temple is going to allow us to increase our religious authority. So if we take a look at our priorities here, our religious influence is now low because we have about 1,000 people, but we only have one little mud temple. And one little mud temple is just not enough to really drive immigration anymore. So the small temple is going to be required next. The other thing is we can start to upgrade the walls of the initial structure. There's not much reason to do it until we have security high, however, and health high, because for the houses to become level 4, they need brick walls around them, high security and high health. So we've supplied everything else. It's just, you know, but that's upgrading all the walls, all these square walls here is a large project that we might want to start at some point, but I'm not going to pull my builders away from building until the small temple's done. The small temple is going to be the highest priority of all of them. We also have a little bit of jobless. So given that I have a little bit of jobless, I am going to add some more citizen farming. Oh, and I just realized I've been a jerk to these citizen farmers. I have no idea what the commute looks like, but I'm sure it sucks because I don't have a bridge here that like allows them to get to work. So I'll add a few bridges in as well. You're welcome. Because like I don't even know how they were getting out there. A lot of walking, I suspect. In terms of research, we are about 3 years out from calendar. So another thing that I could do in order to speed that up, because I think it's pretty reasonable at this point, is to add some additional council of elders. Because I have more state workers that could be hired out, so I can just have more scribes. That would help. Look at that beautiful temple district getting green. Other things I'm going to do, let's put a bridge in here. And then one here and one here. So that people can come in those gates. And I purposely, not that there's actual raids or anything in this game, but I purposely only have the gates into my temple district from within the city. Not from the outside. No unwanted visitors, please. The salt fields here are maxing out, as is the sheep. I think I could probably hire more meat curers. So let's start tracking cured meat. So cured meat is like a highly sought after food source that we can offer certain work facilities like our brewers to work more efficiently. So for beer, this is my opinion, but for beer should probably be readily offered everywhere, that you can buff the efficiency with beer. Whereas with cured meat and with fabrics, you should use them sparingly because it's more expensive. So like, I'm not going to bother offering cured meat or to my meat curers or tanneries, because I have a lot of raw resources. I have a lot of raw meat and I have a lot of salt, so I don't need them to be more efficient, at least not yet. But at my brewery, I would love for my brewery to run more efficiently, so I can have fewer brewers, but not have as much spoilage. Ooh, this small temple's almost done. Holy heck. That's awesome. All right. So I'm going to hire as many state workers in the small temple as possible, and to spend the pottery that I have. I actually have way too many potters at the moment. To spend the pottery that I have to increase it. The other way to increase the small temple is to provide 200 fabrics for curtains for a bonus. But now that I have that small temple up, that's going to drive immigration. So as you can see, more people want to live in the city as a result of my religious authority going up. So here, my religious influence is now almost maxed. So my religious influence is now attracting people to the city, which is exactly what I wanted. The only problem that I have is I hired so many people in there that my new council of elders for research didn't have even people to be employed. There we go. Just maxing it out. So with all of the additional Council of Elder workers working, it's only going to take about a year for the remaining researching calendar. That's helpful, right? The canal's greenery is really nice, yeah. Yeah. One thing I could do also, which I think could look nice, is to connect my canals together. What is going on here? No, oh god, don't make that. That was a misclick. I can't even select it. No, it's not letting me trim the ends. That's fine. I'll have them overlap. It's not going to be horrible looking. So having the canals interconnect, yeah, just for fun. I'll also put a bridge in here to the other side. Maybe 2 bridges. Kind of looks nicer. And shadoofs for my clerics. Or whoever they are. Looking good. I've got a lot of people arriving, but there's still available housing, so I don't need to expand into the next district yet. I would say the next big project, now that I have a small temple going on, is to upgrade the original walls to brick. And I am going to start that. Oops. Nope. I'm going to start doing brick walls in the temple district. So in order to do that easily, go to walls, go to the select walls, select only the walls. I did that wrong. All right, select these walls and upgrade. And then, yeah, these walls upgrade. So only the walls that are bordering the temple and administration district are going to get upgraded first. The reason for that is housing, I can get up to level 3 without brick walls, but I cannot get temple administration without brick walls, and I cannot get big temples without brick walls. So I'm going to need brick walls in order to get bigger temples and better temple administration for more research. And research is more important than just nicer houses with higher taxes. Another thing I could do for the temple, once the brick walls are done, is to put in some sort of fancy mosaic flooring to make it look nicer. And I can either do it in brick or diorite or sandstone. Sandstone and diorite would need to be imported though, so I'll probably do it in brick for the cost. But I'm not going to do that until the walls are upgraded, because that would be aesthetic, whereas the walls are functional. So what's happening here is that the pottery is filling up its local storage, as is the brewery, before the haulers actually haul that away. So I might need more transporters in order to manage that. The other thing I could do, which would help, is to get oxen carts, because oxen carts are even higher volume than donkeys. And we are on to looms. So loom is going to take 9 years. However, Calendar has given me the ability to hire even more state workers. And then I can also push for more population in order to unlock temple administration. So I'm going to have you guys decide which. Should I focus on getting 2K people or research? I could do one or the other, but I'd rather focus on like one or the other, not both. The 2K people leads to research, but I can just focus on research now and then 2K people later. But I have only a finite amount of state workers, so I need to allocate them the way you see fit. And we're at about 1,300 people now. And pretty soon, I think that we won't have room for any more. So there's no more space for fishing on the shorelines. So I will keep adding citizen farming to fulfill the jobless. So we don't have jobless. And I'm putting the citizen farming just sort of away from the center, because there's no hauling or logistics with citizen farming. So my state farms are like close and central. My citizen farms can be off to the side. Can canals be used to carry stuff? They cannot, no. They're just water supply and irrigation. It'd be really cool if they could carry stuff. But that's not in the game yet. Okay, so there's actually a graphic for when walls and canals intersect. I almost want to send a white Uruk-hai with a giant barrel of explosives there. Oh, there we go. We're starting to get our starting brick walls. And the brick walls really look nice. And the high walls even look better. So once I start to get homelessness, I will prioritize... Let's even jack up our immigration even more. I'll start to prioritize additional housing. But man, it's tied, man. I'll try to focus on both. I'll do my best. So, and grow the city and research. Looks like research kind of went out just a little bit, but I'll try to grow the city to grow the research as the reason. So the reason for that is the temple administration is a more efficient way of getting research than the Council of Elders. Far more efficient. So getting the 2K citizens to unlock temple administration is going to be a huge boon to research. But for now, I'll add one more temple complex here and hire out 50 scribes. Maximize the scribbles. And this is what the brick walls look like. Very fancy. For a fancy temple district. So once the temple district brick walls are all done, I'll focus on the residential ones next. And let's see, out of pure curiosity, if there's a desire for a second city. Oh yeah, instantly how people moved in. Okay, cool. They are going to require shadoofs. So I will get some shadoofs built there to supply them water. Their water access is actually very high. They're getting they're getting water from somewhere close by. Oh, yeah, it doesn't fit. That's okay. It could be pretty instead. I'll pretty it up. This is not like min-maxed for like land use. Nor does it really need to be. Because even the small maps can support like massive sprawling city. Nice. Yep, there was definitely a demand for more housing. Pop has gone up. I probably have more market stalls than there's demand. There we go. Where to add more housing? Southwest or east? Have you guys pick? So southwest would be this section. East would be this section. Happy to go either way. Cheers. Okay, I've got 50 scribes. So in 6 years, 4 months, we will have lube. Possibly faster if I can get up to 2K for Temple of Man and get all the walls built. So for these builders here, give them beer and tell them only to build walls. Now the other thing that I'm going to need to do is these houses, I might want to consider putting in, so the hospital covers most of it if I hire more hospital workers, but I might want to remove like one area here for another guard booth. So put guards in there to protect this east section. That's fine. Is beer production keeping up with demand? You can see the numbers at the top. So currently, yes. In fact, my pottery is like going too crazy. I have almost 1K pottery. Yeah, the pretty much everything is keeping up with demand, which is good. I've got no jobless. 140 are arriving. So if we take a look at the immigration here, they're coming from far and wide to come to our growing and beautiful city. So I just turned on the immigration overlay to show you that. Thank you for tuning in to Sumerians, which originally streamed live on Twitch November 28th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, a link can be found in the description of this video or at Rhadamant.com. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream of another game. Farewell, my fellow Sumerians.